Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on the Gridiron on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's good with you? What's good with you? Happy Friday to you. As the intro was going on, Kansas City just scored. It is an 18-20 game. So Chargers have been they came out early and KC has kind of stayed with them. Just scored. So basically a one possession game. Justin Herbert's having a pretty decent game. Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 31, 194. So he's been okay. And I'm saying that for a reason because everybody was like, of course, you see all the sentiment come out today when how can you still consider Jalen Hurts a top 5 quarterback and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all can keep going through this all you want. As long as our guy keeps winning. As long as our guy keeps winning. But it's all good. If they're going to be mad, they'll be mad by themselves. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, yeah, we lose Jalen Carter. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Let me just say what's up to everybody first. Appreciate you being in here. Gentorino, first out the limo. Carlos, as usual. Chris 3K, what it do? Quentin, Coach. Hey, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, Q. Good to see you, Nina, Alex, Tiffany, as usual. Mortis, as usual. Everybody, man. Chris the Rakeage. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Michael Bird, good to see you. So it's going yeah, we're gonna get into that, Nina, about Dak and Jalen. Because Jalen should have been kicked out. Spitting on somebody is the nastiest thing you can do. However, Dak should be in the penalty box for instigating. You know what I'm saying? Even they got 2 minutes for instigating in the NHL. So as how you as there you go. Break a game. y'all crazy, man. Oh yeah, Tiff. He was lying big time. So I meant to get that pulled up on the Twitter stream, but I didn't find it in time. But yeah, I mean, well, let's get to the business at hand. Za'Darius Smith. We just got him signed today. That's a good get. Let me say it like that. That is a good get. So he is somebody that I kind of made the reference. Like, is he going to be Ndamukong Suh or is he going to be Robert Quinn? So I'm looking at his stats from last year, and I'm okay with that. At 31 years old last year, he's 32 now, but last year he played 17 games, so he made it through the season. 9 sacks, 22 solos at the edge spot. So 35 total tackles. So he did work. So I'm good with that. Had good years. 4 years in Baltimore, 3 years in Green Bay. Then he went to Minnesota, 2 years in Cleveland. So him and Myles Garrett was wrecking shop for a bit. So, and then last year he was in Detroit. So Detroit and Cleveland. So but he ended up with 9 sacks last year. 5 in Cleveland, 4 in Detroit. So he's somebody that can pay dividends. So I am thinking that he is going to be somebody like Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph when we got them a couple years ago. They came in and made an immediate impact on that defensive line. So, and if we can get damn Jalen Carter to stay on the field, now you got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jalen Hunt, Nolan Smith, and Za'Darius Smith. That will work. That will definitely work. So, Willie say we almost had y'all. What's up, Willie? It's all good, man. Yeah, you almost had us. You almost had us. Y'all were close. But have y'all seen that movie Apocalypto? Almost. The dude they used to call Almost. So horseshoes and hand grenades, man. But here's the thing that I've been hearing that a lot, Willie, from Cowboys fans. I've been hearing that a lot. We almost had y'all. We are only going to get better. That's true. But you think we not? You think the Eagles are not going to get better? You think the Eagles are going to stay in the same place after week 1? So we both teams are going to get better. Both teams are going to get there, figure out what the warts are. You saw, just like we were talking, Howie Roseman already busy fortifying that defensive line. We got another edge in to get that defensive line a little bit better. And Jaylen Carter is not going to get kicked out of the game, hopefully, anytime soon again. So, yes, you're probably going to get better. Yes, that was a good start. If you want to call it a moral victory, it is what it is. I ain't going to get mad at you for that because we do the same thing. But don't talk like we are not going to get better. Can't do that. Our offensive line is going to gel a little bit more and get better. Our defensive line is going to gel a little bit more. Our linebackers are going to be even better than they were yesterday. Do you realize Jahad Campbell was running with that tight end on a streak pattern down the middle of the field? Come on, man. At linebacker. So the more he plays, the better he's going to get. So we are in the same boat. We are only going to go up from here. The only thing we got to do is get rid of these injuries. The only thing we got to do right now is figure out what the hell they're going to do with Adoree Jackson because he can't come back there on that field playing like that. They went after Adoree Jackson the same way they did 2 years ago, the same way they did with James Bradbury. I believe it was that Seattle game 2 years ago in 23. They went at James Bradbury all game. That last drive, 8 plays in a row, they went at James Bradbury. That's exactly what they did to Adoree Jackson. They kept going at him, shifting in motions, and they kept putting people in different positions, but the attack location was the same place. And then he took himself out of the play, basically, on that long play with Miles Sanders. Adoree Jackson was supposed to be in that gap, and for whatever reason, he jumped outside, and Miles Sanders went in the gap. All he had to do was fill the gap. He was right there, making business decisions. So I am positive Vic Fangio is going to make adjustments. I fully expect Ja'Cory Bennett to be starting next game. And let me be honest with you, I would have rather had Keely Ringo in that game instead of Adoree Jackson. And then Adoree Jackson said he gave himself a solid C. I was like, okay, maybe he gets some bonus points for the past breakups, but yeah, it did not look good at all, in my opinion. So, yeah, Willie, yeah, they cost you. You can't put the ball on the ground as a running back. Me being a running back, you can't put the ball on the ground, man. That's the fastest way you get promoted to fan. Do not put the ball on the ground. And CeeDee Lamb, I don't know what his problem was because Dak Prescott was putting the ball on the money. He dropped the pass right here. That last pass he stretched out, hit him in the hands. The rule in the NFL is if it hits you in the hands, you are obligated to catch the ball. Period. I think Dak put it where nobody else could get to it but CD, and he was a half a step too short, but he laid out for it and still got his hands on it and just couldn't come up with the catch. It bees like that sometimes. It's like that sometimes. So, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dak played pretty good, but Jalen Hurts did what he had to do with his legs and made it happen. We still got to figure out what's going on with AJ Brown. I don't think there's anything going on with him. I just think Dallas did a good job of not letting him beat you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with AJ Brown. I just think Dallas did a good job bracketing coverage to his side, figuring out a way to put guys around him where if he came open late. There was a couple times where Jalen could have got to him, but I saw a couple passes where it looked like he was open, but line of sight, you had a linebacker in front. Now, Jalen could have got it over his head and got it to him, but that'd have been a difficult throw, and there's other people around him. If you're going to throw it like that, can you put zip on it? Can you, what can you do with that? So just when you have a defender in line of sight will cause you go to your next progression. And that's what it seemed like. So, but he was open a few times. Jalen just couldn't get him the ball for whatever reason. I ain't mad at it. It happened. And then when you get him the ball late in that game to get that fourth down, Devontae Smith was wide open right in front of him. But I think he had his eyes locked on AJ Brown. So, but it was all good. Oh, Chargers just scored. I'm looking at I got Justin Herbert. Nice. Nicely done. Chiefs just lost another weapon. Xavier Worthy got hurt. He went in the locker room, hurt his shoulder. Him and Kelce ran into each other on a rub route. On a rub route, the linebacker pushed Kelce down the line, and he didn't get enough space. And him and Xavier Worthy just bumped shoulders, and Xavier Worthy stayed down. So, but Kansas City, yeah, they got injuries right now. So, well, all right. There you have it. Yeah, they popped his arm back. Did he come back in the game? Travis has always been dirty, too. Always. But so Za'Darius Smith, we got him in. I think he would be a good addition. Now the only thing we got to do is make sure we have a good cornerback. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I got this article up talking about Adoree Jackson giving himself self-grade, delusional self-grade. I don't know if y'all heard that comment, but it was bad. He said he'd give himself a solid C, and I was like, yeah, that ain't good, bro. So the 29-year-old proved why he shouldn't be starting against the Cowboys. Even so, Jackson didn't feel he played a terrible game. When asked after the game how he thought he played, Jackson said, I give myself a C. There's room for improvement, things that I did well and things that I can correct and get better at for the next week. I'm not going to hang my head. So, C for cut. Yeah. So, Nick Wright is sick right now. Talking crazy on the Eagles. Yeah, man. I don't. You know what? I like that show because one of my homeboys is on that show, Chris Broussard. I grew up across the street from him as a kid. Um, so I watched that show, and don't get it twisted. I like Nick Wright, but um, ever since he grew his hair out, it just like it's almost like he talked like he full of himself. So he's a good dude. Sometimes he has good points. He knows the stuff, but sometimes, man, it's like I get annoyed with them people that talk to you, and it's like they get mad when you don't agree, or just they come across as a know-it-all sometimes. It's like, yeah, you can't do that. So I like what I've seen. People said if we had Parsons, we would have won, and I don't think so, because that would mean we would not have had Kenny Clark. We did better without Parsons. That's fair. Kenny Clark did have a pretty decent game, but if you was a member of my stream, you would have saw during the game I was bitching. I was going off because for some reason we did the same thing last year. For some reason we do not like to run outside the tackles. We go inside the tackles most of the time, and it's like spread the defensive line out, spread them out, make a move, get Saquon the ball as deep as possible, and let him do what he does best. I don't understand why we was trying to run inside the tackles, like guard to guard. Like, why are we still doing that? You got to set that up just like you would set up anything else. And I don't understand why in our offensive scheme, because we did the same thing last year, and I'm guessing this is part of Sirianni's teachings. And it's like, dude, we have got to get outside the tackle. Why are we not running behind Lane Johnson? I don't understand that. Why we keep trying to run inside the tackles and they bringing folks up in the box. And to your point, Kenny Clark was playing well. Get outside, make them move a little bit. Keep running that pitch play until they prove they can stop it. What's the problem? Run that same play out of 5 different formations. So I don't understand that. And it's just one of those things. I nitpick stuff like that because you waiting for Saquon. Saquon had a couple good runs, but one of the best runs he had for the night, you don't run that play again. Why not? Why not? That's my mentality. I know it's kind of collegiate, but run it till they stop it. That's the one thing I learned. When I was in school, I averaged 6.7 yards a carry. I could tote that rock. But everybody knew where I was going. Everybody knew I was getting the ball. 40 is going to get the ball. And they still couldn't stop me. So it ain't no secret. Just if our offensive line is as good as we say they are, it should be no problem running off tackle. Now, granted, you're not going to get everything every time, but we got to do something better than trying to run inside. I'm going to try to watch a little tape. I might bring some tape up during this session, but I definitely want to go over a couple plays if we get to it. 27-18, Chiefs have the ball, and Patrick Mahomes just got sacked again. Just got sacked again. They trying to run their hurry up. So did he get? Yep, that was about a 1 yard loss or no gain. So 1 yard loss, 2nd and 11. Mahomes backed up, gets it to. Is that Worthy? That's not a first down. They gave him that. Oh, that's a bad spot. Come on, man. These damn refs. So we started the KC downfall. Oh my God. But in any case, Adoree Jackson, I am confident that Vic Fangio is going to make a move. Jacorian Bennett will be starting again. I think Howie made a mistake getting rid of Isaiah Rodgers. I think we would have been better served keeping him. because we going out, we fishing now. We fishing now. It was proven that Keely Ringo wasn't ready. And we had one in hand. We had one in the locker room. And good tackle. So let him go. Let him go. I wish we would have kept CJ Gardner-Johnson or Darius Slay, because it would have been worth it. It would have been worth it. Darius Slay, even at his age at 34, is better than what we got now. So, but it's early, and we got over the first hump, so we can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, not too worried about that. But another sack, he got the ball off. Oh, they almost got Mahomes again. This one is pretty much over. Now they talking smack to Pacheco because they caught him on the screen. Caught him on the screen. So, you know what? Let's see what they're gonna do with Jalen Carter. The more I keep thinking about it, the more I got in mind to think that they're gonna suspend him. Initially, I thought that they wouldn't do that. He's definitely gonna get a fine. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to. Oh man, Patrick Mahomes. Oh my God, how did he get that ball off, bro? How did he get that ball off? Throwing the opposite way. God dog. So, what up, Stizzy Jenkins? What's good with you? I see how he caught. I'm trying to figure out how he got that throw off, Tiff. That was a great throw. That was a great throw. All right, they in the red zone now. They on the 11-yard line. Mahomes drops back. Pass deflection, knockdown. Chargers offensive line is getting it done. I got to watch this game because look at that throw, man. How the hell did he throw that ball? And then he put it on the money. Is that Hollywood Brown? Yeah, that was. So, man, you can't leave too much time on the clock for the Chiefs. You know that's bad for business, right? All right, they're in the ace formation. Oh, your boy dropped it. He got CD Lamb disease. Travis Kelce hit him dead in his hands. It would have been a touchdown. Where them fingers been, Travis? Got a little tay-tay on it. Nah, he little bit in front of him. A little bit in front of him. That was not a great pass by Mahomes. So, all right, 3rd and goal. Quick pass. Off. 4th down. They got to go for it. They got to go for it. Are they going to kick a field goal? They are. They sure are. They're going to kick a field goal. They get. I think their defense is going to have to do it. 21-27. So the defense has got to shut them down and get the ball back. Yeah, that pass was a little bit ahead of Travis. So I don't know what happened with that. But listen, man, Kelce started playing different when he changed his haircut. When he had the tight fade, he was all good. Now he looked like an extra in the family sitcom, and he don't have that edge no more. He done got Tay-Tay. So yeah, it is what it is, man. That's funny. That's funny. He going to live the glamorous life. He gonna be making appearances on stage now. He gonna be in the dance routines. She gonna be singing songs. He gonna be on the. I guarantee you, Taylor Swift gonna have a song about Travis Kelce And then when she in concert, it's gonna be a highlight montage of Travis Kelce. It's gonna be his highlight tape while she's singing on stage. Oh damn! You called him the Magic Mike reject? You wrong. Well, you can't really say that, man, because he bagged Taylor Swift. So it is what it is. Yeah, I saw that. Speed is streaming the game. My dude, Tom Grossi is streaming the game. They picked like 4 or 5 of the best streamers. Yeah, I got Tom Grossi back there. He's a stream. They only picked like 5 streamers. I think there's somebody from one of them big streamers from Brazil. But I think they picked 5 of the biggest streamers, and they got them streaming the game on YouTube. So I got it on I got the regular NFL feed. I'm not watching one of them. So, but yeah, my guy Tom Grossi be getting it done, man. That's the level I'm trying to get to. Tom Grossi, I'm good to I get like 26 people watching right now. Tom Grossi be having like 14,000 people watching his streams. I'm like, damn, how did you do that? But he was the guy that I told you that he was the NFL fan of the year like 2 years ago. He won some contest they had, and they made him fan of the year. So you can't say that, Chris, because didn't he got 1 Super Bowl in there, didn't he? When he stopped dating that girl was a nut too. That girl was a straight nut. Yeah, he been a background dancer. So, but yeah, man, I saw some of the streams. I didn't watch them. I watched Tom Grossi stream for about 5 minutes, and then I was doing some other stuff. But that's the way it's going, man. That's the way it's going. I'm trying to find if anybody in the chat, if y'all got any good ideas, like any Facebook groups or Twitter groups or something like that, where I can recruit people to come on the show. Because I'm gonna start when I do the Eagles game live stream, I'm gonna start getting people to I want people to come on the show. I want people to talk to, man. So shout out to my snow bunnies. Yo, you in Kentucky, dog, so you can't you want snow bunnies, go to Lexington, bro. You know how that works. Or head on down to Louisville. Yeah, I was lit, man. I was tired last night, though. I ain't gonna lie. Tiff, I had planned on going post game, but I was dead tired. I was dead tired. So I couldn't do it. Could not do it. Mortis, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm talking, man. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'll never forget. I'll never forget this. My freshman year at Eastern Kentucky. These girls was down there, and they looked, honest to goodness, they looked like they were extras from the Dukes of Hazzard. They were twins. Both of them were gorgeous, and they would wear the Daisy Duke shorts, half shirts, blonde hair, and flip flops. It looked like something from Dukes of Hazzard. And they took all the same classes. And it was like, I only thought stuff like that existed on television. It's crazy. So yeah, man. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know that in Kentucky, Hazard County is a real place. And do they still have the Dukes of Hazzard fair or the Dukes of Hazzard festival? I think because that was going on when I was in school. Because matter of fact, Mortis, do you go to Gillum's? Do you go to Gillum's? I think it's called Gillum's Bar in Richmond. The guy that started that, Jeff Gillum, was one of the guys I played with. He was a quarterback. He was a backup quarterback. So Gillum, we used to call him Bone. But yeah, he started that. Jeff Gillum. But What happened to Aziz? Aziz Ojolari was they made him inactive for the game. So you talking about plaid button up short sleeves? Man, it would be all kind of stuff, bro, that they would wear. So but 2 minutes left, and KC got no timeouts left. They just got a sack on Herbert, but they had to burn that timeout. So let me see what's going to happen. What down is it? 3rd and 14. Ooh, that was a bad sack. That was a bad sack. You might be leaving. You got to get this first down, bro. You got to get this first down, Harbaugh. This might be the game right here. This might be the game right here. 3rd and 14. They on their side on their 30. They haven't crossed the 50 yet, so they really got to get this first down. So drops back. Herbert runs. He's running. He got the first down, and he slides. Wow, what a play. What a play. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how when other quarterbacks win the same way, using your legs, they do what they have to do to win. So wow, that was a good run by Justin Herbert. But hey, Justin Herbert 25 for 34, 318 and 3 tutties. So he balling tonight for sure. And he just sealed the game right there because KC got no timeouts. They're under 2 minutes. All they got to do is run out the clock. So ball game. Justin Herbert just banked it from 3-point. He called it. So, yeah. Listen, Justin Herbert is good, man. But Justin Herbert, he's been good. Justin Herbert, his first 5 years, he's thrown for more passing yards than anybody ever. I think that's the stat. But he ain't ever won nothing. So the playoff record is what's lacking, and that's what matters. So, yeah, you know what it is. What'd you say, Mornings? I was a Lyft driver last and went downtown to pick up a couple of drunk girls dressed in daisies and plaid button-up T-shirts. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, man, it was. I just remember thinking, like, this is a stereotype because they looked like, they were gorgeous, and they had like the blonde hair, and they would walk around. Every day they would have them tight shorts on, them Daisy Duke shorts, and flip flops, and they had. If you talk to them, they were the countryest of country. They had that country twang, sounded like, they was one of the Beverly Hillbillies, and like it was everything was playing to the stereotype. Nice, both of them were nice girls, but I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny. I was like, if I was to tell somebody what I'm looking at right now and explain how they looked, how they talk, how they dressed, all of that type of stuff, nobody would believe me. Nobody would believe me. I used to tell people you would ask me, like, what's it like in Kentucky? And I was like, it's cool, but it's a lot of space in between houses. And you might look down a driveway and not see the house. You see the driveway, you see the mailbox, and then all it is just a curved dirt road, and you don't see nothing else because the house is way back, a mile or so back in the woods. I said, there's some people like that. Some places like that. And then there's more burgs, licks, and villes in Kentucky. You got Flat Lick, Salt Lick. You got all of them different places in Kentucky. It's funny, man. It's funny. It's funny. Let me get off my people in Kentucky, man. I love my folks in Kentucky. Oh, they showing that play again. He slid out of it. Oh, they arguing on the sideline. Yo, they arguing on the sideline, bro. KC going through Chris Jones and I don't know who 23 is. They going at it. And your boy had his helmet off. Last time I was in Kentucky, it's been a long time, bro. Last time I was in Kentucky was when I got inducted into the EKU Hall of Fame, and that was in 2008. Like, I don't really have a chance to go back for homecoming and stuff like that. Like all my frat brothers go down there. I just don't like when homecoming happens. That's my busy time at work, so it's just not a good, you know. I got too much stuff going on up here in Jersey, so it's been a long time since I've been in Kentucky, bro. All right. Nice to see Kansas City going through some strife during the first game of the year. Ought to be an interesting week. Yeah, Travis Kelce got that look. He ready to give it up. Oh my God. Possibly, but guess what, man? Like, just like I said to my man Willie, man, everybody think the Eagles are standing still. You know what I'm saying? They KC coming off this loss and they're gonna come out guns a blazing. I would imagine they will, and so are we. We got some warts we got to clean up. So we're gonna be coming to play too. It's not a one-sided ordeal. Definitely not a one-sided ordeal, right? If Jalen Carter doesn't get suspended, tell me you don't think Jalen Carter is going to be trying to work out that frustration on somebody. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to show you what this defense is capable of when I'm on the field. He's going to be looking to wreck shop. So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. So I think he's just going to be an addition. I don't think he'll be a game changer. I just think that's another piece that he's another piece that offensive have to worry about. I think he's still in shape. He played 17 games last year. But again, like I said in the beginning, are we getting Ndamukong Suh or are we getting Robert Quinn? Because remember, when we got Robert Quinn from Chicago, he had like 16, 17 sacks the year before. And we was like, oh, we getting that. And I remember we started hearing stuff from people from Chicago. I remember Derek Gunn, shout out to Derek Gunn from Philly, who was like, I got people over there, and they were like, yeah, Robert Quinn ain't what you think he is. So there's always that capability or that possibility, I should say. But I think it's a good get. I think it's a good get. We got enough. We need that veteran presence on that defensive line because everybody on our D line is young. So I look at it from that standpoint. You need an adult in the room, especially after what Jalen Carter just did. You need somebody like, hey, young fella, like let's ease it up. So I think it's a good signing. The fact that he was healthy all last year is a bonus to me, and I love it. So game changer might be a little bit overzealous, but I think he is a good addition. Let me say it like that. Yeah, Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack was one of the big trades, like the Micah Parsons trade. Don't forget. Who goes to the bench? Well, they just cut APR, so and also Van Sumeren. So I think somebody else is going to come off practice squad and possibly be in a special teams role until he's ready to go. But I think they brought him because somebody's got to take care of the gap that Van Sumeren left, and that left the open spot. So me see. Nah, Alex, I don't think it'll be like Robert Quinn either. I don't think it'll be like that either. So I think he'll be more like when we got Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph, because both of them boys, because they made it. I never forget that we had just signed both of them, and we didn't think they was going to play against the Colts, and they made an immediate difference on our defensive line when we got them in the game. So we'll see what's going to happen. So yes, Dizzy, I went down. I got on a tangent a little bit. My bad. Yeah, APR got cut. He got released. So, yeah, Ben Van Sumeren is on IR because I think he tore his ACL. So, I don't think Azeez Ojulari is going anywhere. Joshua Uche had a good game. So he's, I think he's just replacing some people and just getting more depth at edge, because our edges can be, you might look up and you chase a quarterback around for a little bit and then your tongue is hanging out. So you got to get some people in that rotation. Yeah, we got that other wide receiver too. I forget his name. Hold on. Should be on my Twitter feed. Hold up. I saw that earlier today too. Who is it? I can't find it now. Darius. I don't see. Thought I had it. Well, thought it was on here. Oh, you know what? Let me go to the Philadelphia Eagles. There we go. That's the one. Za'Darius Smith, and plays Ben Van Sumeren on injured reserve. Shout out to Zach Baun for hawking down Miles Sanders. Shout out to Zach Baun being able to do that. Javon Baker was signed to the practice squad. Can we get some let's get some stats on Javon Baker. What are we looking at here? Jalen Hurts. I don't see it. Come on, I don't see it. Javon Baker. They already got it updated. 6'1", University of Central Florida, 4th round pick. 6'1", 202. He's in his second season. Okay. He didn't get a lot of clock last year, but okay. He got cut from the Patriots. So they're probably gonna, to keep him on the practice squad and develop him. Somebody must have liked him. So usually when they sign somebody like that, that means that player was on their list at some point in time in the past. And now that he became available, it was like, let's give it a shot. So I think we'll be all right with that one. Definitely think we'll be all right. Ooh, he tore his PT. Ugh. Good God, that's even worse. That's worse than the ACL, I think. Yeah, Brian. You know how he was on the phone before the game was over, man. I was hoping he would get another cornerback, but um, we're gonna have to do something, man. Bring up Mac McWilliams. Um, Jacorian Bennett must start next week. He has to start next week. So I will be very interested to see what they say about, what the beat reporters say about who is running with the ones in practice at NovaCare. We have got to get Jacorian Bennett up to speed, maybe Mac McWilliams, because I like what Mac McWilliams did in preseason. But I know that's preseason, so it is what it is. But, clearly Makuba is in the spot because Sidney Brown cannot stay healthy. And, I was pulling for Sidney Brown, but you got to be able to stay on the field, bro. So Makuba is going to be that dude. He's only going to get better with snaps, so we can keep that going. Permission to bring up another channel. What channel are you talking about? I don't care. I bring up other channels. It's all good. Z Smith is dating some entertainer. I have no idea. Educate me. Who is he dating? He dating a celebrity? Cash Doll? I have no idea who that is. Am I showing my age? Am I to get off my lawn guy? Because I don't know who Cash Doll is. Why am I so big? Yeah, am I showing my age? Because should I know who Cash Doll is? Yeah, y'all got me on that one. I have no idea who that is. Google her. Uh-oh. I don't know. Is that a good idea? All right, let me hold on. I'm gonna do it off screen. I ain't gonna do it on. Let me see. Cash. Is she a rapper? Okay. She must be popular. She was on Club Shay Shay. What is Cash Doll famous for? Cash Doll is a famous Detroit rapper / actress, known for her breakout hit singles For Everybody and Ice Me Out, her unapologetic lyrical style focusing on female empowerment and financial independence, and her acting roles in TV shows such as BMF. I don't even know what BMF is. She is also recognized for her influential presence on social media, her collaborations with other prominent artists, and her impact as a self-made female artist in the online hip-hop community. Okay. Okay. Um, Let me just say this. If she were to walk up to me on the street and smack me in the face, I would not know who she was. I'm just out of the game like that. So, yeah, Lynn, I'm right there. I'm one of them get off my lawn guys. I'm an OG. I'm an OG, triple OG now, man. So I done passed that status. I got my officially got my suspenders in the mail. So oh, I watched Philly Special. I watched Philly Special podcast. Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. Oh, I saw that. I saw his report because when he initially did that, he couldn't say who it was. So he must have had a source or whatever. So yeah, I did see that. But yes, I love um, the Philly Special, and what's the other one? The Philly Special and his partners got another. Both of them had just hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, man, I'm trying to catch y'all, man, because y'all doing it right. So yeah, man. I appreciate that, Stizzy. I'm not a senior citizen. I appreciate that. Like what I used to say is, I don't get older, I get better. I like to look at it like that. Um, you know her from your kids. That's like I don't know, man. Listen, I don't even. It's to the point now. It's not too much new stuff that I listen to. Um, like listen, I'm a classic hip hop kind of guy. I got a whole playlist on YouTube that's nothing but DJ Premier. So, um, I like new artists that sound old school. Um, but like I like Black Thought is not a new artist. You know what I'm saying? Um, trying to think who else like Killer Mike. Um, yeah, of course, like somebody like Kendrick. I like Kendrick, but I don't listen like I don't listen to Kendrick. I listen to Kendrick songs. I know his like the popular songs, but other than Not Like Us and maybe a couple others, I couldn't name too many Kendrick songs. But I can tell you most of Rakim songs. I still listen to KRS One. Um, I'll pop on the Beastie Boys every now and then. I'll go way, way back and do some Run DMC and Houdini. Back in the day when we still going to the roller skating rink, that type of stuff, man. So I'm an old school type of dude, like that whole '90s. Because when the '90s came in, that's when I was in college. So when the '90s, I was still stepping with my alpha frat brothers, and Chub Rock was just the two of us, and we was at the parties, stepping to that and doing all. So that was when I came up. So that '90s hip hop class, Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah, the uh that whole North Jersey scene. The G not was it wasn't G Unit. It was what was Queen Latifah's groups? What did they call them? I can't remember. It was Queen Latifah. It was Naughty by Nature. It was she had a couple other ones. She was producing a lot of people back there, man. But that was my I'm old school classic hip hop, man. So I've heard a little bit of Raekwon's new one. Um, I still listen to some of like when Eminem came out with Murdergram, him and LL, because I remember LL literally. I'm Bad was the first album I ever bought. First album I ever bought. Uh, the first music tape I bought. This will throw you for a loop. The first music tape I ever bought was For Those About to Rock by AC/DC. I was living in we lived in St. Louis at the time. And that's the first cassette tape I ever bought was For Those About to Rock by AC/DC. I'm an old school rock fan too. Journey, Yes, Phil Collins, Sting, The Police, Asia, Toto, um, Billy Squire, even a little Ozzy Osbourne, even though Ozzy Osbourne was at his height a little bit before me, but I think I already said Journey, Fleetwood Mac. So I'm a classic dude, man. So all that good stuff, man. First record was Beethoven. You got jokes? You got jokes? Criminal Minded, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Criminal Minded. Public Enemy's first album. Black Steel. Was it Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos? That wasn't no, I think it was it Yo Bum Rush the Show? Was that their first album? So, but yeah, I'm from back in the day, man. Criminal Minded, yeah, Criminal Minded was one of my favorites, man. My Philosophy is my favorite KRS album. But yeah, classic rock, you know. Um, like I like the collabs, different stuff like that. Like I'll tell anybody, go on YouTube and watch Pavarotti, the opera singer. It's called Pavarotti and Friends, and Pavarotti does "It's a Man's World" with James Brown. Off the freaking chain, off the chain. Pavarotti and James Brown. It's a man's world. It is off the freaking chain. I love collabs like that. When the gorilla, I'm a real big Gorillas fan. When Gorillas had Snoop Dogg come on stage, oh, love that, love that. When at I forget what award ceremony it was, when they had all of the legendary rock guitarists playing, and Tom Petty was singing "When This Guitar Gently Weeps," and then Prince came on stage and shut the show down with his guitar solo. Man, when what's her name? The singers from Heart did the tribute to Led Zeppelin, and they did their cover tune of "Stairway to Heaven." Ah, love that stuff, man. Love it, love it. Pavarotti and Aretha, yeah, all of it, man. I remember buying what was that album? It came out in like 1985, I think it was. Back when I had that's back when UTFO was rapping. It was Anthrax. Anthrax had a song called Lethal that came out not too long after Aerosmith and Run DMC did their collab about Walk This Way. Anthrax and Anthrax and UTFO had a song called Lethal. I remember that. Doobie Brothers, Hall & Oates. Come on, man. Blue Eyed Soul, man. I live right across the bridge from Philadelphia, bro. Don't mess with me. Dude, Hotel California can be on. Dude, I can have a playlist with Hotel California and Slow Down from the Brand Nubians. Yes, I can do that. Followed by Trub Rock, Treat 'Em Right. Yep. Eric, you already know, bro. Did the had his bodyguards back there and did the feint in the stands. They pushed him back on stage, finished up, threw his guitar, and walked off stage. They didn't know what the hell happened, man. Prince was so cool, it wasn't even funny, man. Wasn't even funny. WDAS back in the day, yeah. And it's funny, I was just watching the thing about Hall & Oates today. It was on somehow it popped up on my algorithm. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was somebody interviewing John Oates. And they were talking about how him and Daryl Hall, they ain't friends no more. They're not even friends no more. And Hall & Oates used to have this thing. They used to do live tunes. They had a house somewhere, like a barn. And they used to perform live and put it on YouTube. It was fire. It was fire, and it stopped. So, Hoobastank and Creed, nah. Wasn't a Hoobastank fan, wasn't a Creed fan. Although I did listen to Creed because when I was over in Scotland, Creed was huge. Creed was huge. Oh, dude, Feel Good. Feel Good is on my workout playlist, bro. Plastic Beach is one of my favorite albums. And plus, that's right down my alley because the Gorillas, they always had the animated videos and all of that type of stuff always appeals to me. So, come on, dude. Hotel Cali, man, you can't go wrong with that, bro. Cannot go wrong with that. That's what I heard, man. That's what Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. I haven't been paying attention to him. Have y'all been checking out Cam Newton on all of these shows now? Cam Newton, I guess, is taking the place of Shannon Sharp. Like sometimes I like him, and sometimes it's like, man, like sit down for a minute. Like I'm tired of hearing your voice. So I'm on the fence with him because sometimes he makes good points, but sometimes it's like I think, in my opinion, Cam is getting a little bit like Acho, like Emmanuel Acho. Like he makes his point, but sometimes he tries to. It's almost like he trying to mansplain it to you. Like we get it. We understand what you're trying to say. Just say it. You ain't got to go into a long, drawn out, animated conversation about what you're trying to say. Just get to the point. Acho does the same thing. I got sick of listening to Acho because it's like, dude, why you always talking to somebody like you, Mr. Peabody, trying to use the big words and just it's like he does the extra and it's like, dude, just get to the point. Just get to the point. You know what I mean? So, Mortis, Lincoln Park, always in the rotation, bro. Always in the rotation. You didn't never think they was gonna find somebody to replace Chester, and then they got this girl that's getting it done. Love Linkin Park, bro. The Gray album with Jay-Z, fire. All fire, bro. Yeah, Stizzy, you right. They all talking heads. Um, they know how to get the clicks to talk about the Eagles, man. Anytime you talk about the Eagles, all you got to say is Jalen Hurts is not top 5 just to get a. You know what? I might have to do a video like that. I might have to do a video that says Jalen Hurts sucks to see what type of clicks that I get, just to do the experiment. Like I've been pro Jalen Hurts this whole time. The minute I say something against Jalen Hurts, let's see how hard they come for me. I've done the same thing with the WNBA stuff. My WNBA stuff. It was funny. My WNBA stuff took off, and I'm like, I'm a football YouTube channel. Why is my WNBA stuff taking off? But people wanted to see it. So, have I watched Drumble? I don't know what is Drumble. Lynn, what is Drumble? Explain. Never heard of it. Turn your musical passion into action with Drumble. Drumble is a place for musicians and non-musicians to come and learn some good music. I've never heard of it. Is it a website? Was it just like drummers get together and talk or something like that? Jalen Hurts sucks. Unsubscribes. Drumble looks like it's kind of like I used to watch the thing. What's the one? They would get all the drummers. They would get that one drummer, and they would listen to something for the first time, and they would play it. I used to watch that all the time, and I used to watch Pretty Purdy videos, but something like that. What's up, Alex? With the membership for 4 months? That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you times 4, brother. Drumeo, yes. And I just started watching. I just subscribed to her Instagram feed. It's a woman. She's been playing drums for years. I forget what her name is. Older white woman. Like she gets it in, and most of the stuff on her channel is she's playing TV tunes. Three's Company, the Jeffersons. She'll play the drum sequence for all the different television shows that used to be in the 70s and 80s. So, and she also, shows she's got tape when she's playing drums at her church, all of that kind of stuff. She got skills. She got mad skills. Oh, they hooked up with drumming. Okay. No, it's not Dorothea, Lynn. I know who you're talking about. It's not Dorothea. I gotta find out what her name is. She's really good. Shoot. It's one of those things where you don't see it till you see it. You know what I mean? Now I ain't gonna be able to find it. Kimmy Drums, that's what it's called. Her name is Kim Trammell. Trammell. And her site is called Kimmy Drums. And she plays all the show tunes and stuff like that. Yep, Kimmy Drums. I see her stuff from time to time. She's good too. She's really good. And you can tell she been playing for a minute. She damn sure got skills. So she from Memphis, I believe. Memphis, Tennessee. Yo Yoka. Who's Yo Yoka? I may have seen her before. And then of course what's the young girl that her video went viral because she was playing drums and she was screaming and hollering. Like she had mad skills. She was crazy and she was like 11 years old or something like that. Now she like 17, 18. Yeah, I used to be real big in like the smooth jazz and back when Sade was at the top of the scenes. I used to, speaking of Japanese, what's her name? I had all her albums. Kiko Matsui. I used to love Kiko Matsui. Yeah, all of that stuff, man. Nandy Bushnell. Yeah, she's 14 now. She looked like she older than that, but that girl is ridiculous. So a lot of these prodigies coming out. I watch what's the girl's name? Mrs. Tom White. She plays guitar on Instagram. She's really, really good. So just like good music, man. Just like good music. So oh, look at that. Eagles beat the Cowboys. Did y'all see that game? So did you Alex, I said thanks for the membership, but I totally missed the point. Did you see something official? Did something official come out about that? I was looking for it, but I didn't see nothing before before I started. Probably. Let me see. I don't see anything. Oh, rap sheet, Ian Rappaport. All right, all right. Now I know where to go. I know I subscribed to Ian Rappaport. Rap sheet. Let's see. Let's see. Xavier Worthy. Blah blah blah. Hollywood Brown. I'm looking for it. I don't see it yet. Okay, I got the Zadarius Smith signing. Tyler Bass. Waylon. Love it. Injury updates. See, this is I got stuff 9 hours ago. I don't see anything. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper just said, "I'm gonna retire. I don't want to play for the Raiders no more." Pass rush. I don't see anything about it, and I'm on his Twitter page. I don't see anything. If you got a link, put it in the chat. It's a video. Yeah, get if you can get a link, put it in the chat. Now I heard I heard that rumor that's saying he most likely wouldn't get suspended. Was that just on a show that he was talking about? Well, he was just kind of damn, I can't even or was he like giving an interview or something like that? That could have been the case. So damn, I still got to go back and watch the Indiana Fever play. My homegirl had a good game. Example of Jalen Carter. Oh, good. So let me see. I want to see that. I might put that on the big screen. Hold on. Okay, yeah, he was on. Yeah, that was just. I'm trying to figure out where the spit came from. Yeah, I don't think. Hold on for a second. What was the angle? Who did the spitting first? I ain't got that. Yeah, I see it, but I don't have the. I don't have the audio hooked up correctly, so you're not gonna be able to hear it. Hold on for a sec. Let me see if I can do it this way. This might work.
What was the angle? Who did the spinning first? Here's what we know for sure. Jalen Carter, the strong defensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, maybe the best player on their defense, was ejected after he
There we go.
spit on Dak Prescott's jersey. The NFL is reviewing this incident for a possible fine, as it generally does when a player is ejected from a game. Not always, but generally, when a player is ejected from the game, that serves as his suspension. That serves as his way of taking him off the field. And considering the fact that Jalen Carter was ejected so early in this game, it seemed to be far-fetched. I would say that the league would suspend him more. They are looking into it. A fine is likely.
Well, like I was saying last night, right? So I get the opportunity to join in some of the meetings of the NFL competition committee. That's Troy Vincent, who is the president of the competition committee, the one who's at the top of, initiating rule changes and things of that nature. So Troy Vincent used to play for the Eagles, that dude. So when I tell you that the NFL is serious about getting this kind of stuff out of the game, they are serious. And that's the only reason, even though Rap Sheet says that he doesn't think he'll be suspended and it'll just be a hefty fine because he already got kicked out. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if the NFL went on ahead and suspended him for the Kansas City game just to put the lesson out there, just to make an example of him. Like we are not putting up with this. It would not surprise me whatsoever. That's why they are making a obvious effort. Remember last year when they kept calling all them offensive linemen offsides in illegal formations because they were getting so backed up in their stance, and they were like, "No, we gonna go by the letter of the law. Y'all got to start scooting it up." And remember the first game, it was the Chiefs game, and it was like 13 illegal formation penalties or something goofy like that. But they went ham with it just to get the message across, and that's what the NFL does. So when Nolan Smith got that penalty yesterday for making that tackle for a loss and then flexing over the dude, if he would have stayed in one place and did whatever he did, flexed and doing all that kind of stuff, it would have been fine. But the minute he walked over to the dude and got on top of him, they're going to throw the flag every time because they consider that unsportsmanlike. They don't want to see anything, any gun pointing, shooting, neck slashing, none of that. They don't want to see any of it. Whether you in the end zone or looking at somebody, if you pull guns out of your holsters and pew, 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 nope, they don't want anything remotely looking like a gun or any type of weapon. Who was that they used to do to get the sack and they would do the, pull a bow like they was hunting or something like that? They don't want none of that. None of it. And their thought process is think of something else to do and do it over there. You ain't gotta make it unsportsmanlike. And the argument is always, why are you taking the emotion out of the game? And like, we're not taking the emotion out of the game. You just got to figure out a different way to express it. So they are trying to get all of that stuff that kind of we grew up with, what we were used to. They trying to get it out of the game, period. And they are not going to stop calling, like the Reed Blankenship got the penalty when he, the shot to the head on the bang bang play, trying to get the ball when they threw that pass to the end zone. If you take a headshot, there should be a penalty, because I know Jalen Hurts took some shots last year that they didn't throw the flag. But in any case, they are trying to do that. And kind of going back to the Jalen Carter point, the reason why Jalen Carter, and even now, I guarantee you they're looking at what Dak Prescott did, because people forget the amount of cameras that are in that facility, in the stadium, it is crazy amounts of camera work. You got drones, you got cable cams, all of that type of stuff. even with the whole thing with Jalen Carter spitting, they had 3 different angles and hot mics. I know they got the audio of it. I know they got the audio of it. Did you see the dude? Jalen got pushed out of bounds, right? And then he ended up running into the microphone guy that be holding that big dish on the side. They got the white shirts and they hold that thing that looks like a satellite dish, pointing to that is a shotgun mic. And it picks up everything on the field. So, and I'm saying all that to say is when all these things be going on the field, there is a camera and there is a mic that can pick all of that shit up. Telling you. So I don't understand. I don't know what Jalen Carter's thinking. The problem is he wasn't thinking. Because when you get emotional like that, you get caught in the moment and you don't think. Because the first thing people say is, why would you do that? Because you ain't thinking. That's why he did it. He ain't thinking. The mere thought of him possibly getting kicked out of a game did not cross his mind whatsoever. Nor the fact that he just forgot to acknowledge that the referee was standing right beside him. I don't think he even realized it. It's like, what are you doing? I'll give you a prime example. Remember last year when CJ Gardner-Johnson got kicked out of the game? And I remember watching that. I remember when it happened. The dude threw a punch at CJ Gardner-Johnson. CJGJ got hit in the face with a punch from somebody on the other team, and the ref was standing right there, and the ref kicked CJ Gardner-Johnson out of the game. And I remember as that happened, I said, oh no. I said, he must have said something that went way out of bounds. Way out of bounds. Because a referee is not going to do that. A referee is not going to be standing in your face. You get hit in the face with a punch, and he throws the flag on the guy that got hit. When he saw the whole thing, I was like, bro, you must have said something straight foul. CJ Gardner-Johnson, whatever he said, he crossed the line. Big time, he crossed the line. Because I'd never seen a referee do that before. You only see something like that in movies when the refs are overtly trying to cheat. You know, remember the Titans type stuff. Remember when the refs was cheating and throwing the flags or everything? Only in the movies. And then I saw that, I was like, oh no. He must have said something to cross the line. So yeah, the Washington game. Yep. Yeah, but that's my point. That's exactly my point, Lynn. For the ref to be right in front of him and to throw the flag on him, because you see the ref looked at him and he was like, basically he was nodding his head like, oh no, you ain't getting away with that. So whatever CJGJ said must have been foul. Must have been 14 karat foul. Because that ref was like, oh no, we not having this. It was almost like CJ cussed out his kids or something like that. I had never seen anything like that before. But, and I say all that to say, the refs have been instructed to look out for stuff like that. And if somebody crosses the line, if somebody looks like they did something very unsportsmanlike, all of that type of stuff, throw the flag. We'll sort it out later. So don't be surprised if Jalen Carter doesn't get suspended. I'm expecting his fine to be around 30 grand. 30 bands, maybe even higher. Because he a first round pick. He got the money in the bank. But still, because me and my wife was talking about this, and she was like, that's a drop in the bucket for him. I was like, oh no. I was like, I've heard people say, I don't care how much money you make, 30 grand is 30 grand. 50 grand is 50 grand. That's a lot of money coming out of your pocket. So we'll see what's going to happen. I haven't heard anything official, but, you know, yeah, I mean, it could have been. I don't know who the crew was, but I just know there's no other recourse for Jalen Carter than to throw him out the game. Spitting on somebody is the nastiest thing you can do to somebody. Period. So I think Dak Prescott initiated it? Yes, I do. However, what Jalen Carter did was reprehensible, and he needed to be kicked out. So Tart should have gotten kicked out. Tyler Guyton should have got. Tyler Guyton is going to get fined. I wish I could bring up that shot. I got to see if I can find it. Tyler Guyton took a shot at Jalen Hunt and literally clubbed him, hit him with an overhand right in the helmet. It was, yeah, he is definitely going to get fined for that. But just because you took a shot at somebody with it was like a punch and knocked him down, as a matter of fact. So I could see that getting suspended because that was just a dirty shot. That was just a dirty shot. So yeah, Hunt kept balling though. Yeah, yeah. What's up, Chris? Yeah, I'll throw the link up in a couple minutes. So we'll see. It was a left. Yeah, you saw it. You know what play I'm talking about. See, damn it, all these I be seeing this everywhere when I'm not looking for it. Now, the minute I'm looking for it, I can't find a tweet. I hate that. Damn, Rachel Banham had no points in 26 minutes. Indiana busted that ass. What is WNBA refs, man? I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole right now. Refs are god awful. No, no, no. Damn it. I know I ain't gonna be able to find it. Is this it? No, it's Ojomo. Almost. Yo, did y'all see this? They was arguing in the huddle. 23, and I was talking about this. This is what I was talking about. Chris Jones and this dude, and they kept going at it. Tranquil. He wasn't backing down either. Trouble in paradise. Yeah, I can't find it. I had a good one. I should have saved it. Let me see. I wish we still had Slay. I ain't gonna lie. But I understand. 30-something years old. Yeah, I can't find it. I wanted to. Well, they still did. But this is everywhere. There's all this stuff with Andrew Reese. That's crazy. They ain't making the playoffs anyway, so it don't really make a difference. Now, see, I'm gonna see this 8 million times tomorrow when I'm not looking for it. Oh well, enough is enough. Tired of looking for that. But in any case, we'll see, Ray. I agree with you 100%. Oh, that's what happened, Alex? That's what they said on the broadcast? I didn't see. I had the sound off. So the punch on Hunt was a closeout. Yeah, yeah. That was ugly. That was ugly. That's what. Damn it! I should have found that damn play. Dang it! I knew that was gonna happen. Knew it was gonna happen. So hold on for a sec. Uh, all right. So I can't find it. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, hold on. All right. I'm going to drop the link. If you want to come on, give your opinion, have something to say, jump on. If somebody jumps on, I can fit. I can usually take like 4 or 5 people on screen. I don't go further than that because it makes too much noise. So I'll drop the link. If you want to come on and give your opinion on your hot take, please do that. You do not, I repeat, you do not have to have your camera. You can turn your camera off. That is an option. You don't have to have your camera. So if you're uncomfortable with having your face on my live stream, you don't have to use your camera. You can turn it off and we can still hear you. It'd be just like a phone call. All right. So I would love to hear what everybody got to say. Let's try to keep them short so we can get in and get out and keep them moving. Because I want to hear what everybody's hot takes are. So I'm about to drop the link in the chat. And everybody is welcome to come. Please keep it respectful and keep them brief. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe while you edit. Make sure you do that. Let me go back to my Miller note. My Miller note page. What's something else? Yeah, we talked about Jalen Carter, so I think we reached the 3 big topics that I was going after. So I think we're good to go. It'll be interesting to see what everybody says to there we go. There go 3K. What's up, Chris?
What it do, Coach?
Talk to me. What's going on?
Man, first and foremost, 1-0. So that's always a positive for sure.
Yes, sir.
So never take that for granted. But I think just kind of piggybacking and getting to just what we saw yesterday, I think it's a couple things that I look at and I'm like, okay, it's week 1. But there's also some things I look at like you don't want that to be continuing to happen. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, what happened with Jalen Carter is right off the rip. Like, I mean, can't do that. Long story short, you just can't do that. We already know.
It was stupid.
Yeah, stupid. I think the CB2 thing is a real thing, though. That got to get fixed. Like, I don't think that's just – obviously, it is still week 1 and guys can improve, but the way it looked, and considering the concern coming into the preseason training camp, what it was in the couple games we saw in preseason, kind of how they were, moving guys around to try to find a good, CB2. And then what we saw yesterday from Adoree, and I think even Jacorin a couple of times, I think he got a pass interference call on him that extended
it was not good.
Yeah. So I think the CB2 thing is, it's definitely not panic time, but it is something that I'm like, it's got to be attention really paid, it's got to be paid attention to real closely because that's something that got to get fixed. I thought Petulo, he started off hot. I really thought. I mean, I think some of the plays that were made were, Jalen's obvious brilliance, him making plays. But I thought there were some things that he did on the first few drives that I did see, like, okay, I think there was a swing pass to Will Shipley. There was the pitch to Saquon. Like, I think there were some different things that he did. He got Goddard involved early, you know what I'm saying? So, and the fact that, obviously we finished how we finished, but with Kellen last year in the beginning, especially, starting fast was a problem. Like, I think we hadn't scored. I think like we went the first 5-6 weeks. We didn't have a touchdown in the first quarter. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then last night after the delay, like we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, I think we the delay, if anything, kind of stagnated us because we came out first half. I think every time we had it, we scored a touchdown.
Yep.
You know, we were
Both
finishing
teams, because
drive.
they didn't score in the second half either, did they?
Nah, they got nothing. We got three.
We
And
won this. We won the second half 3-0.
3-0. Yeah.
3-0.
So I do think the defense towards the end, I say back in after the fumble, I think they kind of, and obviously some of it was the drives, but I also think they did a couple things. You know, they brought some extra pressure that I think they buckled down a little bit to where they were a little bit better, I thought, in the second half. But I think, man, if there was one positive I saw defensively yesterday, I feel like, you know, having linebackers who can run with guys, man. Between Zach and Jihad, I'm like, there were plays that, you know, Dak loves to throw that little seam pass, and they
Yeah,
broke
Jihad
those.
was that play with Jihad when he ran with Ferguson was impressive.
Yeah, because that's the ball, especially Dak. He loves that seam ball. Like that's
He
his
was
signature.
impressive, man.
Yeah. So, you know, between him and Zach, I thought to have linebackers like that. When we get into Kobe back, man, we probably gonna have the deepest linebacker.
Man, did you
room.
see Zach Bond? That's one of the plays I'm gonna review for tomorrow. Zach Bond came across the field, and when he made that tackle on Miles Sanders, he was on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
And he did not take an angle. He had to come, he came flat
Mm-hmm.
and then got behind him and just caught him.
Yeah, he caught. Well, remember, he actually he caught him, but he gave him a couple extra because at first he was trying to punch the ball out.
He tried to punch the ball out.
Yeah, so he gave him like another couple, 3-4 yards, and then he tackled him, and then the very next play was the fumble. So it just goes to show the value of that pursuit and that speed that, you know, the guys
don't give
have.
up that 6, man, because you never know.
You never know.
You make a play.
Just never know.
Not for nothing, man. And this is the thing that Cowboy fans are gonna have, convenient amnesia, right?
Yep.
We should have had 2 picks last night.
Should have.
We should have had 2 picks, at least 2 picks.
Yeah. Quinion dropped one for sure.
Yep. Quinion dropped one, and then
Reed, I think, dropped one. It was Reed. Reed Blankenship when they got ricocheted up in the air.
Yes, correct.
He dropped one, so it should have been 2 picks, and I believe it would have. I believe it was on the same drive. That would have probably put the game to bed a little earlier.
Yeah.
But I
we
think
just
some
got
of
to be
that,
better at that this year, man. We got to when we get our hands on the ball, we got to take advantage of it.
And that's where, you know, obviously he's not here, but that's where you feel CJ, man. That's what he does. That's what he does. If CJ's around any one of those plays, that game is over quickly. You know, and I think even on the fumble recovery, I mean,
CJ you can say that about Slay.
Yeah, I know. Slay makes those catches. Like if in those situations, like Slay would have. Well, obviously, I don't think the game would have been that close if either one of them is out there because CDs and them are not getting that loose. But if it was, those plays that Quinion and Reed had, if those were CJ or Slay, that game is over with right then and there. So, you know, but I do think, like I said, there's a blend between. I feel like some of it is growing pains. Obviously, it's a new team, week 1, so I don't expect perfection. But I will say, you know, when you win a Super Bowl, you look, at least for me, my perspective now is always going to be through the lens of how can we get back and do it again. And the margin for error we know is so thin to get to and win the Super Bowl. It's like everything is under such a microscope now that typically it may or may not be, but you know, with great, you know, with win the Super Bowl come great expectations. So,
but even right now, I don't even want to talk about it.
No, not yet.
We got to get through these first 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
What we got to do. We got a big mountain to climb because are we hosting or are we going to Kansas City?
No, we're going to Kansas City.
All right, so we in KC, so we got to deal with Mahomes coming off a loss, Andy Reid coming off a loss, and the steam of that ass whooping they took.
Yeah,
so
at home
they're gonna
too.
be gunning for us, but they still got warts that they got to cover up just like we do.
So, absolutely, you know they're gonna be gunning for us, but I mean. AJ Brown is not catching one ball next week. I'm pretty confident in that. I'm pretty confident he's not catching one ball, and I don't think Devontae is only catching 3. I think, like you said, there'll be adjustments to be made on both sides. So for as upset as they might be and how motivated, you know, I'm pretty sure we'll be just as motivated, you know, based on what happened yesterday. And then kind of my last point, which, you know, it kind of, I don't think it got overshadowed because we know QB1 is that guy. Like clearly, yesterday was exactly what we already knew, but it was on display yet again. And like the numbers weren't gaudy per se, but if you watch the tape, he was clearly the reason. Like, and not that we didn't know that already for the most part, as you know, Eagle fans, but it was clear as day. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, Jalen is that dude.
yeah.
So
People of the form are gonna ride with him. People that aren't are. It's just gonna
yeah.
always.
That's just
There's always gonna be a but.
It's always gonna be that. It's always gonna be,
So
and a
it
lot of
is
that
what it
has
is.
nothing. It has nothing to do with what he does really in the NFL. I just think some people's perception is already kind of predetermined before a
Pretty
lot of these
much.
guys.
Pretty
You know,
much.
whatever they kind of were perceived or whatever label a guy has for a player coming out of college, he's gonna do whatever he can to justify that. And
Yep.
ironically, of all people, one of the loudest media people who's been a supporter of Jalen Hurts is Skip Bayless. And he's been
Yeah.
big. He was big on Jalen even when we still had Carson. Like, no, you guys play this kid and he's a winner. And he was dead right. So, but all in all,
Yeah,
though, like I
most of
said,
them dudes annoy me now. Skip Bayless, Colin
yeah.
Cowherd. Colin Cowherd flip flop more than anybody.
Oh my God, he's the worst.
So,
He's
but
the
he do
worst.
that for the show. He do
He
that for the
do.
show.
He do. He said before the Super Bowl, I mean, you know, the Eagles wouldn't get a yard on the tush push, and we saw how
Exactly.
that went, you know. And then it was like, yeah, you know, the Eagles, they're so loaded. And it's like, dude, you just said, I mean,
Like, shut it.
yeah, for real. Even when even that first Super Bowl we got, it was like, oh, Belichick and Brady and this and that. And then he came in the next day, it was like, well, the Eagles won that Super Bowl because they were brave. And like, you didn't say that a week ago, but now
No.
that, you know, because they were going for it all year on fourth down. You knew that, but you were so big on Brady and Belichick. But, you know, that's what those media heads do. So that's why I rock with you, Coach. You're the best in the business as far as I'm concerned. So
Appreciate it, bro.
we got to keep it like that. So all in all, like I said, just to kind of cap it off, hopefully we clean up some of them penalties. Got a little mini bye week. So I think the guys will be ready
Yeah,
to
we
go.
got a
But
little extra time. Hopefully, it'll
yeah,
be a little extra time for Howard to get on the phone and
yeah.
possibly bring in another cornerback. Because I think, yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep Adoree Jackson.
I don't know either. The way he
It wouldn't
playing,
surprise me if they brought somebody else in and shipped him out.
yeah. I mean, you might need to, man. I mean, because considering what it looked like yesterday, and that's why I said I felt like some things I felt like for week one is like, for example, AJ's not catching one ball. That's not going to keep happening. Devontae's not. They're going to figure that out. But CB2, on the other hand, like that for me is a legitimate thing you have to figure out. Like it's
So
not just he'll play better. You got to make some, something got to get figured out.
yeah, you're right.
So, but yeah. Other than that, though, hey, at the end of the day, I'll take 1-0. With what we got to fix. No wins are taken for granted. Dallas was a little pesky yesterday. I don't know if they'll be like that all year. Maybe it just was a week one thing, and obviously Jalen Carter not being there helps. But
Big time that help.
we will. I think we'll be all right. Just got to take it one practice day or one game at a time, 1 week at a time, and get ready for the next one against
Yep.
KC.
All right, dude.
Yes, sir. Appreciate yours, Coach. Go Birds.
You got it. Go Birds.
Yeah.
For sure on that, man. We let it. We let them in the game. I don't know why I didn't mention this before, but all them damn penalties we was getting. Penalties was killing us. Damn penalties was killing us. So it just one of those things that you gotta first game jitters, still some things we need to work on because it's the first game. You know what I mean? So everybody's gonna say that, everybody's gonna have those. Nobody, whether you win or lose, nobody is satisfied with their effort. And you looking for something to hang your hat on for the next game. Like this is what we're gonna work on to get it better. And yeah, Landon got jacked up, and also on that same play, they didn't mention it on the broadcast, but Jordan Mailata got dinged up. So let's hope that they are better with it. Landon Dickinson is dealing with a back because what people don't realize is anytime you have a knee injury, you overcompensate, you walk funny, and you put more strain on your back. So, you know, you still got to get it together. Jay, we coming to Dallas, bro. We come to Dallas. I just talked to another one of your Cowboy fans earlier in the chat, and this is what I said. Dak had a good game. That was the time to beat the Eagles, and you couldn't get it done. However, everybody says the same thing. Oh, we're gonna be ready when y'all come to Dallas. You think the Eagles are not gonna get better? You think we not gonna get better from now until when we got to go to Dallas? Not gonna work that way. We gonna have our stuff together. We gonna have our offenses and our schemes and all of that type of stuff is gonna be a little bit better than it was in week one. So um, everybody says that, but they forget it goes on both ways, goes both sides. So what? Yo, I didn't even know that. But long as it wasn't, if you get busted with weed, whatever, weed is legal. It's the other stuff that you gotta worry about. The two biggest pieces of kryptonite in the league right now is massage parlors and speeding tickets. So stay away from them. So one of them things, man. One of them things. Uh, we gotta. I will be surprised if we make it through the weekend and Howie doesn't do another like something like I'm waiting for practice tomorrow. I don't know what the situation is. Sirianni may have given him a couple days off. I don't know, but I'm waiting for the next practice report of who's running with the ones on defense. Can be Adoree Jackson. Cannot be. So we gotta get a little bit better than that. So, but I'm about to shut this down, man. I went an hour and 45, man. We rocked and rolled tonight. We got 42 people on. The squad is growing. The squad is growing. So y'all know me. I'm still trying to get to that number, trying to get to 100 people on the stream. So spread the word. Tell your peoples. Tell your friends, family, cousins, play cousins, all of that. Anybody you know that likes the birds or just likes NFL football. Because like you saw my people in here from Dallas, I'll talk to Dallas fans. We can talk ball. I hate Dallas, but I don't hate Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I hate the Cowboys. But I also had high school friends that played for the Cowboys and, you know, college teammates that played for the Steelers. And I'm from Cincinnati, so I follow the Bengals. And so I can talk about all the teams. I got good friends here that are huge Vikings fans. So, and I'm saying all that to say I can talk ball with anybody. It's not just Eagles fans. I do with the Eagles fans because this is where I am. I'm in South Jersey, Philadelphia area. So that makes plus I play for the Eagles. That's a no-brainer. But I will talk ball with anybody. I got friends that play for the Rams, for the Bengals, for the Chiefs, for the Cowboys, for the Saints, North Carolina, for the Panthers, Dolphins, Jaguars. I have friends that play everywhere, man. So bring everybody. Jay, I do think Dallas is going to be better. But when people say that, they say it one-sided. They always say it one-sided. Wait till we see you again. We're going to be so much better. I agree. And so will we. And the conversation might be totally different if Jalen Carter didn't get kicked out of the game. And I'm going to assume that that's not going to happen next time. So our defense might be better. I don't know what's going to happen because there's a lot of games we got to play because the biggest factor on who will be better or who won't is most likely going to be injuries. Because the reality of the situation, Jay, is every team is one play away from glory or ruin. If Jalen Hurts gets hurt, and Tanner McKee still finger still jacked up, yeah, we in trouble. If Dak gets hurt, if CD gets hurt, y'all in trouble. So every team's got that situation. We just saw what happened with the Chiefs tonight. If Justin Herbert gets hurt, Chargers are done. And you can go down the list. It doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. So it all comes down to let me say it like this. If all things being equal, if we go down to Dallas and we're healthy and y'all are healthy, I think we are winning that game. Now you can think different because you were Cowboys fans. I wouldn't expect you to think different. So, but if all things being equal, I still think we match up better across the line in those situations. So I still think we win if everybody's healthy and everybody's playing, all of that type of stuff. So, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, because I'm not, Jay, I don't know how long you've been rocking with me, but I don't really get into the lists and all of that type of stuff. I'm the type of person, especially being a former player, I'm like, I don't give a damn what anybody says. My opinion is not given to change your opinion or to change your perspective. My opinion is my own. Your opinion is your own. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. So I'm the type of person is when we line it up and we put our hand in the dirt, we gonna see what's what. So talk is cheap. When we get on the field, we'll settle it up. So, but we got a long way to go for that. I don't even know. See, when do we meet again? All right, so we got you. Oh my God! So we don't come back until, good Lord, we don't come back till November, bro. We got. That's a lot of football in between there. Woof! Just a lot of football. So we got Kansas City, we got LA, and we got Tampa Bay. That damn Tampa Bay game, they seem to have our number. So, one of them things, man. But that's what happens when you on top. When you on top, it just means a longer way to fall. So, but all right, man. I'm about to shut it down. I'm about to get up on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. Jay, I appreciate the fire, bro. Keep bringing it. Don't be a stranger, man. Don't be a stranger. Espo, what's up, Espo? Espo says, y'all lucky we lost Jalen Carter and y'all still lost. So what this man talking about? It's all good, man. We took care of business. So it is all good, man. But I appreciate everybody, man. I'm going to get some sleep. Probably gonna get up and go. Might get up and go work out in the morning. So jump rope at the backyard or something like that. So I've been having a mind to do that and like stream it on TikTok, or hell, I keep streaming it on YouTube. So I know sometime this weekend, probably Saturday night, I might go to the driving range again Saturday. So I might have a live stream from the golf range sometime on Saturday. Hopefully in the evening, because in the evening it's a little bit easier to see the ball. But yeah, I meant to do it last week and life started lifing. So that's one of my stress relievers. And I think I solved my issue with my microphone. Last time I went, I had my lapel mic on and it didn't work. But this time, last time I did a test today with my lapel mic and it seemed to have worked. So we'll try it again. I will be at the driving range probably sometime tomorrow evening. And we'll see what we can see. Have some fun. Hit some balls. Got to hit them straight. But in the meantime, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all have a good weekend if I don't see you. Be safe out there. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I will see you in the next one. Go Birds.